Bailey, what time are you coming home tonight? Do you want to go out and do something with me tonight? There's a new Italian restaurant we could try. Sorry, Mom, I've got to go to work tonight. I've got that part-time job now, remember? Why don't you take Haley with you? Oh, you're working tonight. All right, we'll just have to do it another time then. Huh? It's okay, just go without me. You haven't taken Haley anywhere for a long time. It's fine, we can go there together some other time. Go there with Haley tonight. No, it's okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking Haley anywhere just because you're not free. You're not taking Haley anywhere? But I think Haley has a lot of things she'd like to talk with you about. It'll be a good opportunity. She's got that entrance exam for that private junior high school coming up, and I'm sure she wants to discuss it and her options for new schools next year. Oh, you don't have to worry about anything like that. God, Haley is so short, and she's got that nose that sticks out. Oh, I don't want to be seen with her. She doesn't have a single good feature about her. Mom, did you just say that? Have you said that to her? You wouldn't say something like that to her, would you? Of course not. I wouldn't say that to her face. She's only 12, but if I'm being honest, you are clearly the beautiful one. Oh, I've got a great idea. How about you and I go shopping this Saturday? Let's get you some beautiful new clothes. Okay. If I've got some time, let's go. Great, it'll be so much fun. Hey, Mom, are you gonna invite Haley too? Huh? No, of course not. Well, why not? Bailey, Haley isn't smart like you. That girl needs to stay home and study all day, every day, if she wants to pass any kind of test for next year. So it'll just be the two of us shopping on Saturday. Well, you've probably got to be off to work soon. Be sure to message me when you're finished. I'll come by and pick you up after work. Hey, Dad, can I talk to you now?
Oh, aren't you working tonight?
They changed the start time of my shift without telling me, so I'm here having something to eat, waiting for my shift to start.
Oh, so what's up?
I need to talk to you about Mom.
Why? Did something happen?
Well, I think she's being really mean to Haley. I think she's been ignoring Haley purposely for a while now. I don't know, I just get that feeling.
Really?
What do you think? Well, not that you're home much nowadays because of your job to notice.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I don't know much about how she's been treating Haley, but I have noticed she's been favoring you recently. I didn't think it was enough that you or Haley would notice, though.
I don't really know.
But anyway, more importantly, right now I've got a big meeting I need to get to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I should be home much earlier tonight than I have been recently. I'll be finished by the time you get off work tonight. Do you want me to swing by and pick you up?
No, it's okay. Mom already said she'd come get me.
Well, I'll call your mom and let her know I'll pick you up instead. We can talk about everything in the car on the way home.
Okay, that sounds good. Mom, where are you right now? What do you mean, where are you? I'm out shopping right now. I'm at the mall. Why? You want to come too? Shopping? Now's not the time to be shopping. Haley's doing that big presentation at school today. The parents were supposed to come and watch the kids. Oh, that. Yeah, I know, but it's okay. What? What do you mean it's okay? All the parents are going and you know Dad can make it. You promised Haley you'd go. If you don't go, she's going to be the only one there by herself. Oh, it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. If Haley does poorly, she won't want me there to see it anyway. And if she does well, the teacher will be sure to let me know at the next parent-teacher night. There's one coming up soon, just before the school year finishes. Huh? But Haley will be waiting for you to come today, won't she? No, she won't. I told her this morning I wasn't going to go. Besides, I'd just be embarrassed when she screws up, and so would she. You know how bad she is at school. I'd be too embarrassed if I went. I don't want anyone knowing she's my daughter. Were you that embarrassed with me too? I remember when I had my presentation, I messed up a couple times and it was quite obvious to everyone. Oh, you mean that? Oh, that was the equipment's fault, not yours. Those were just technical difficulties. You were great. That's nothing you should even have worried about. Anyway, next week you've got that 3-day-long school trip, right? Stop it. Why are you being so nice to me? And why are you avoiding Haley so much? I just want you to be nicer to Haley for a change. Bailey, I get it. I'm sorry. From now on, I'll try to be a lot nicer to your sister. Next week, when you're away on your trip, I'll take your sister on a trip, and it'll just be the two of us. Really? Yeah, really. I'll let her miss school and I'll take her all the way to Phoenix. Just the two of us. Oh, to Grandma's house. That sounds like fun. I'm sure she'll love going there with you. So don't worry about your sister. You just worry about enjoying your school trip. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Mom.
Why were you calling me?
Dad, where are you right now?
What do you mean, where am I? I'm at work. I'm eating lunch right now. What's wrong?
Dad, you have to help Haley.
Huh? Did something happen?
Right now she's at some park in Phoenix by herself.
Phoenix? Why is she in Phoenix?
Mom took her there yesterday. They were supposed to be going there to see Grandma and Grandpa, but when they got there, Grandma and Grandpa weren't home. Mom told Haley to wait outside their house until they got home, and then she just drove off.
Your mother's parents never came home.
Yeah, Haley said they never came back. She used what little money she had on her to call me. She said she locked herself in a stall in a public toilet last night and slept there. It was the only shelter with a little bit of security that she could find. And she said she hasn't eaten anything since she's been there.
You've got to be kidding.
She said she was going to try find a police station to go to, but that's when the call cut off. It was a payphone, so I had no way of calling her back, and I don't think she has any money to make another call.
Okay, I got it. I'm gonna drive there right now and get her myself.
I'm so sorry. I know you're at work right now.
I don't care about that. Don't apologize. I can't work when I know my baby needs me. I'm leaving right now.
Thanks, Dad. Oh, and don't mention this to Mom. I don't trust her anymore.
I understand.
I'm going to talk with a teacher here and see what I can do. I'll message you again later. Bailey, are you enjoying your school trip? I'm out drinking with some old friends of mine from Phoenix. Oh, it sounds like you're having fun. What about Haley? Oh, she's still at her grandparents' place. She said she doesn't want to ever go home. She said she wants to live with Grandma and Grandpa forever. She must really love Phoenix. I don't think I'll ever be able to get her to come home with me. Really? Is that really what Haley said? It is, I swear. I know, I was surprised too. You're horrible. You know Haley is right here beside me. She cried herself to sleep. Dad and I had to save her. Huh? Dad found her at a police station in Phoenix. You left an elementary school girl outside in the sweltering heat with no water or food? Huh? What? What are you talking about? What the heck were you thinking? The police said when she walked into the station she had mild symptoms of heat stroke. How could you just abandon her like that? Wait, aren't you supposed to be on your school trip? You don't come back until tomorrow. Well, obviously they took me home early because of the emergency. My teacher drove me all the way to Phoenix. Dad left work and went to Phoenix too. We were all looking for Haley. Why would both of you go through all that trouble? Why wouldn't you just wait for Grandma and Grandpa to come back and have them pick her up? What? We did get in touch with Grandma and Grandpa. They're away on vacation for a whole week and won't be coming back for another 2 days. You dropped Haley off at their house without even calling them to see if they were home. Come on, you're blowing this all out of proportion. Anyway, you said she's with you, right? So everyone is safe and sound and nothing bad happened. Let's talk about this when I get home tomorrow. Huh? You think we're gonna see you at home? We're not going home. What? We know why you don't like Haley. You don't like her because she isn't beautiful. And we'll never forgive you for that. From now on, I'll protect Haley. I'll be the only mother figure she needs. Huh? What is all of this? What are you talking about? As far as I'm concerned, you're not my mother anymore. Bailey! Why would you say that? Bailey, answer me! You! Where are you? You're with Bailey now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I want you to tell her this for me. Tell her she's got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding.
She's not misunderstanding anything. I was the only one who misunderstood anything. You were just pretending to be a good mother when I was around. When I was busy with work, you were a totally different person. How could you treat our children like that?
Wait! Now you're gonna get on my case about this too? And why are you being so nice to Haley? That girl is stupid and ugly. If we only had one daughter, I wish it would be Bailey. That's why I took Haley all the way to Phoenix.
How can you say that about your own child? I can't believe this.
Look, I know if someone else did what I did to her, it would be considered really bad. But I gave birth to her. Do you know how much pain I went through to do that? And the only thing a mother ever gets back from her children is the way that everyone around her perceives them. If they look good, she looks good. If they look bad, she looks bad.
Bailey and Haley aren't accessories for your outfits.
It makes sense. Just think about it. If it was just you, me, and Bailey living together, it'd be like a dream. A beautiful woman, a handsome husband, and their lovely daughter. Why don't we ship Haley off to live with her grandparents? Let's have just the three of us living together. What do you say?
You're disgusting.
Huh?
You look like a human on the outside, but you're really a monster, aren't you? You keep saying Haley is stupid and ugly, but you're the only stupid one. Don't you know she aced the National Math Olympiad for elementary school?
Huh? So what's that?
Well, maybe if you went to her presentation the other day, you would have known. That day was also when they announced the results in front of all the parents, teachers, and students. When you said you weren't going, Bailey rushed over to Haley's school so someone would be there for her.
Huh? You're kidding. So is that a good award or something?
It's a set of extremely hard math problems that Haley aced. All of her teachers were saying she might be able to win the Nobel Prize for mathematics someday.
Nobel Prize? You're kidding. That's amazing. I had no idea that Haley had that kind of talent. Hey, so why don't you three hurry up and get back to the house? I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Are you really that stupid?
Huh?
Haley is a smart girl. She knows how you've been treating her. That's why she's been studying hard every day for so long. It's not because she was bad at school. She's just been wanting to be really good at something, so that her mother would finally take notice of her. She did all that for you. She even aced a national math contest. But you didn't even go to the school to find out. Then a few days later, you drove her all the way over to Phoenix and abandoned her. You kicked her out of the car and drove away.
Oh, come on. That's an exaggeration. I dropped her off at her grandparents' place. You make it sound so terrible. And don't blame me. You've been so busy with work, you don't pay attention to me or your daughters.
Yeah, you're right about that part. I see that now. That's why I apologize to them from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to make it up to them. I told them from now on my daughters are always going to come first, and I meant it.
Well, in that case, I want to hurry up and get everyone home so I can apologize too. I've had a few drinks, so I can't drive home tonight. When do you think you guys will get home? I can leave early tomorrow morning.
We're never going back to that house.
What?
Tomorrow I'm filing for a divorce. You can have the house if you want it, but I'm taking the girls. Your parents know what happened and what you did, and I've already called my parents and told them.
What are you talking about? What are you planning on doing? You're not leaving me, are you? I'm never signing those divorce papers, so just forget about that.
Well, I'm going to my lawyer and he can deal with you.
No, you can't do this. Those are my daughters too. I gave birth to them. Give them back.
You know, Sadie, you abandoned Haley. You kicked her out of the car and drove away. You don't deserve them. We had to find her at a police station. You've already thrown your daughter away. Don't tell me that you want her now. Besides, if you don't agree to my divorce terms, the police we spoke to at the station are more than willing to have me press charges and get you arrested for what you did. I'm going to be getting full custody of Haley. And don't think for a second that Bailey or Haley will take your side in this either.
I can't believe you're doing this. I'm gonna fight you on this one.
Like I said, if you fight me on this, I'll press charges and you'll likely go to jail for abandoning Haley yesterday.
You know Bailey and Haley want to live with me. I want to show everyone my little girl and tell them she could be a Nobel Prize winner someday.
Tell you what, you can ask them, and if they say they want to live with you, I'll let them. But only if they say they want to.
After that, we went back to my father's parents' place, and our mother eventually came there to see us. She actually thought that Haley and I would choose to live with her after the divorce. In fact, she was so sure that we were going to go back home with her, it became obvious that she'd invited all her friends over to be there when we got back, just so she could show off her amazing daughters and Haley's math award to them. But when it became clear that my sister and I had no intentions of ever living with her again, she went into a rage and my grandparents had to call the police. Even when the police showed up, she still wouldn't calm down. so the police had to take her away. Even though she's my mother, I honestly didn't feel bad for her when they put her in the back of the police car. In fact, I'm never gonna call her mom again. Now Haley and I are still waiting for the divorce to be finalized, but it's really fun to be looking for a new house so the three of us can start our new life together. We're all hoping that we never have to deal with that woman ever again. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Stephanie. Do you have a minute? Hi, Tessa. I'm free. What do you need? I know this is a little sudden, but you wouldn't happen to be free February 14th around dinner time, would you?
The 14th? It's a weekday, so I'm probably going to be home that night.
And your husband, too?
It's a regular work day for him, so unless he has to do overtime, he should be home before dinner. Why? What's up?
Well, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so?
I was thinking about getting everyone together that day and having a Valentine's Day party.
A party?
Well, yeah. Recently, us mothers haven't been able to get our schedules to match up. We haven't gone out for lunch or coffee or anything for a long time, have we? I think this is the perfect time for us to get together and have a little party. What do you think?
Well, I guess it has been a while, hasn't it?
Since it's Valentine's Day, I was thinking we get everyone together, our husbands and our children. It'll be fun. That way, everyone is sure to get lots of Valentine's Day chocolates. The kids will love it too. Oh, and we'll have the party at my house, of course. That way, no one else has to worry about the cleanup.
So, you're saying you don't mind if you get chocolates from someone other than your husband?
Of course not. And this way, all us women are sure to get chocolates, even if our husbands forget to buy us some.
I think that sounds fun, as long as the other families don't have anything planned.
I've already talked to a couple other families from our children's preschool. They're up for it. Obviously, I'm not having all the families over that day, just a select few, so I'd be really happy if you could make it. I feel guilty not inviting everyone, but my house isn't that big.
I don't blame you. I'm sure the moms that didn't get invited will understand.
To tell the truth, I'm really just doing this as an excuse to try out my new chocolate fondue pot that I bought. I thought, what better time for chocolate than Valentine's Day, huh?
Oh, I see. Good thinking.
So if each family could bring just one thing, it'll be kind of like a potluck. Of course, I'll supply all the chocolate for the fondue. I'm even making some chocolate gift bags for everyone who comes. That way, everyone is sure to get a special Valentine's Day chocolate or two. Check with your husband. If he's okay with it, I'd love to see you all there. You'll know everyone who's going to be there. I only invited the other mothers we usually hang around with.
Oh, so you mean Jen's family and Cassidy's family?
Yeah, so everyone already knows each other. Nobody needs to feel nervous. I'll even supply some wine and some other drinks for anyone who's not driving. What do you think?
Oh, my husband just came home. I'll ask him now.
Okay, I'll wait.
I just spoke to him. He said he should be done on time that day, so it should be no problem. When I mentioned the chocolate fondue and free wine, he seemed really excited.
That's great. Okay, I'll get everything planned out and I'll let you know the details tomorrow.
Sounds great. I'm sure my daughter will be excited too. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks again for coming, Stephanie.
It was our pleasure. We had a great time. My husband and my daughter got so much chocolate it felt more like Easter. I guess I had my share of it too. That was our first time having chocolate fondue. We all loved it. My daughter couldn't stop talking about it on the way home.
So, your husband had a really good time?
Yeah, I think he did. He loves chocolate, but he usually doesn't buy me much for Valentine's Day. We both know that if he does, he'll be the one who ends up eating it all. That's why he was happy to have as much as he wanted tonight, and all he had to buy me for Valentine's Day was flowers.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad he had a good time. He's a tall, handsome guy, and he's in great shape. He can afford to indulge in some chocolate from time to time. He'll probably hit the gym and work it all off tomorrow anyway. I knew the instant I first saw him drop your daughter off at the preschool that he'd be the envy of all the other moms. You're really lucky to have him.
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
Well, thanks again. I'll get talking to you again the next time I see you at the preschool.
Okay, good night. Tessa, are you busy now?
No, what is it?
Well, it's about the little Valentine's Day gift bags you handed to everyone as we were leaving.
Yeah, was something wrong?
Well, I thought they'd be all the same. The one you gave me and my daughter they both had some Hershey Kisses and a few other little chocolates in them. But the one you gave my husband had a really expensive-looking mini box of chocolates in them.
Really? Oh, did that get mixed up into the bags?
Yeah, that's what was in the little bag you handed directly to my husband.
That's strange. That was supposed to be for my husband. I don't know how it got mixed up into the gift bags.
Really?
Well, don't worry about it. You don't need to give it back or anything. It was my mistake. Your husband likes chocolate anyway. Just tell him he can have them if he wants. I insist.
It's not so much about the chocolates themselves. There was a message card inside the box of chocolates, too. It said, "I love you. If you feel the same, text me." And then it had your cell phone number written on it.
What? How do you know that?
Well, I feel a little bad saying this as it was a gift to him, but he said he had more than enough chocolate at the party, and because it was Valentine's Day and the chocolates seemed really expensive, he decided to give them to me. We'd had our share of chocolate last night, so neither of us opened the box of chocolates yesterday. I was going to try one today, so I opened the box. As soon as I opened the lid, sitting right on top of the chocolate was that note. You see why I'm a bit curious, right?
Well, yeah.
I just want to know what's going on here.
Well, you see, I had planned on giving those to my husband, but they seem to have gotten mixed up in the gift bags somehow.
That can't be it. I can see you writing a note to your husband saying, "I love you," but the "if you feel the same, text me" part is where I'm a little skeptical.
Why? Sometimes us women like to hear the men tell us that, don't you think?
Why would you need to write your own cell phone number down? Wouldn't your husband already have that in his phone? Everything about this just seems a little odd, a little more than a simple mix-up, if you know what I mean.
What are you saying? Are you saying you don't believe me? You don't think I'd have an affair with another man, do you?
I'm not saying that.
Of course not. Thanks. I thought that's what you were implying. That's why I was so surprised.
Like I said, I'm not saying you're having an affair, but I think you may be trying to tempt some men into one with you.
What? I thought that might be what you were getting at. I mean, your husband is really hot, but I'm not trying to seduce him.
I spoke to Jen's husband and to Cassidy's husband.
You did what?
I'm sorry, but I had to check with them too.
Well,
in fact, just as I was wondering what the heck that note was, Jen contacted me about a note she found. Then, after speaking with Cassidy, it seems that all 3 husbands that attended that party of yours last night got the exact same message and exactly the same expensive mini box of chocolates. We just want to know how it's possible you could write that one note 3 different times if it was only intended for your husband, as you say it was.
Well,
what the heck were you thinking, trying to hit on all 3 husbands of the people you hang around with? That party had nothing to do with Valentine's Day. You had it just so you could get all our husbands there. Did you seriously think the guys would open their gift bags in secret? That none of us would find out about your notes? Did you think they'd all respond to you without any of them telling their wives?
What is this? What are you talking about? Why are you questioning me like this? It sounds like you're trying to make me out to be the bad guy here.
If you've got a better explanation for all this, you better tell me right now. I don't care if you want to cheat on your husband, but you're going after other married guys with kids.
I can be with whoever I want.
Not after you get married, you can't. And I hate to burst your bubble, but when I mentioned the note to my husband, he just laughed. He said if he ever had an affair, it wouldn't be with that ugly thing.
What? So you mean he wasn't happy that I expressed my love to him?
Obviously not.
And the nerve of you trying to hit on guys with families. Are you trying to destroy marriages and break up families? What's the big deal? I'm not trying to take him from you. I just want to have some fun. What? Do you three women know what all the other mothers at the preschool refer to your husbands as? They refer to them as the three sexy musketeers. How dare you three have such handsome husbands? It's not fair. At least let me borrow him one time. It's not about the number of times. And I don't know exactly what you mean by borrow. Yes, you do. It's not fair. It's not. What's wrong with your husband? He's really nice and he's a great father, isn't he? If that's what you think, I'd be happy to give him to you. What are you talking about? Oh, ever since my husband married me, he's done nothing but get fatter and fatter, and his mother is a pain in my neck. So trade me your husband. That's never gonna happen. Shut up, just let me have your husband for one night. Pull yourself together. You don't have any idea how stupid you're acting right now, do you? And even worse, we know you're at home right now preparing for a romantic afternoon. Huh? It seems that Jen's husband fell for your advances, didn't he? You agreed to meet up with him at your house today while your husband is at work, didn't you? Aren't you embarrassed? Wait, how did you... We know how things progress so quickly. Jen's husband opened his chocolates last night after you gave them to him. He happily texted you last night looking for a romantic fling. But he was dead drunk when he did it, and he passed out with his phone still on and your chat still up. Jen saw the messages on his phone. Then first thing this morning, she messaged me and Cassidy about what had happened. That's how we got to where we're at right now. Oh my God. Did you really think you'd get all three of them to fall for it without getting found out? Of course I did. How could any man resist me? Even if they love their wives, it's inevitable that they'd fall for me. I can't believe you think that. I was beautiful enough to win a beauty pageant where I grew up. I was even the prom queen at my high school prom. If I'd have played my cards right, I would have had all three of them. No man can resist me. I mustn't have been clear in my message to them. You're a married woman in her 30s who's had 2 kids. You can't keep thinking you're the beautiful prom queen you might have been at one time. It's pathetic. How dare you? And anyway, Cassidy's husband was disgusted with the thought of being with you too. What? But Jen's husband? Well, he's a little strange anyway. Plus, he'll agree to anything when he's drunk. It seems most normal men shiver at the thought of being with you. Anyway, we got in touch with your husband about this too. In fact, he just arrived here to talk with all of us about what happened. What? My husband is supposed to be at work right now. Well, when he heard what you were trying to do, he left work early. This can't be. We're going to have a fun time explaining all this to your husband. We'll make sure to give him all the details and show him all the evidence. No! Tessa's Valentine's Day party turned out to be just her attempt at seducing 3 married men. Too bad for her, Jen's husband was the only one who tried to take her up on the offer. After we explained everything to Tessa's husband, he picked his children up from preschool and took them to their grandparents' house so we could all talk to Tessa without them being there to hear it. Tessa's husband, as well as all 3 families involved, went to Tessa's house to confront her. To make a long story short, Tessa and her husband are divorcing, and her husband is taking the kids. Tessa's husband kicked Tessa out of the house even before the divorce was finalized. I didn't ask him anything about the terms of the divorce other than who was getting the children. I know one thing for sure, though. Tessa hasn't worked a day in her life. She got married straight out of college, and she's been a stay-at-home housewife ever since. I doubt she'll be finding a good job with no work experience. Her parents were so disgusted with her when they heard what she tried to do that they refused to help her out. She ended up moving into a tiny, rundown apartment for the time being. I think things are going to be pretty tough for her from here on out, especially if she still thinks she's a beautiful high school prom queen. Thanks Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. See you next time.